Alright, let me break down NATO's Article 4 for you. Because if you've seen it in the headlines, you might be wondering why everyone's talking about it right now. So NATO is this alliance of 32 countries, mostly in Europe and North America, who've promised to stick together for security. You've probably heard about Article 5. The famous "an attack on one is an attack on all." But Article 4? That's a little less dramatic, but just as important. Here's how it works. If any NATO country feels its territory, independence, or security is under threat, it can call on Article 4. What does that mean? It's basically a red flag. The country says, hey, something's up, and all the NATO members sit down for urgent talks. It doesn't mean anyone's going to war. It means, let's talk, let's figure out what's happening, and let's show we're united before things get worse. Article 4 is about diplomacy and crisis management. Sometimes it's used to send a message, both to friends and to potential adversaries. We're watching. Don't push your luck. Now, Article 4 has only been used 7 times in NATO's entire history. Most of those times, Turkey called for it, like during the Syria war, or when ISIS was on the move, or after Turkish troops were attacked. Poland used it back in 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea, and again in 2025, after a massive cyber attack disrupted their energy and transportation networks. That's right, Article 4 isn't just about tanks and missiles anymore. Cyber attacks and hybrid threats count too. When Article 4 is triggered, all the countries come together in what's called the North Atlantic Council, the top political decision-making group for NATO. They talk, they assess the threat, and they decide what to do next. Sometimes that means deploying troops, ramping up surveillance, or even just making a strong joint statement. Other times, it could mean sanctions or beefing up defenses. But there's no automatic military response. Think of Article 4 as a diplomatic power play, a way to keep everyone on the same page and prevent things from spiraling out of control. It's about showing solidarity, deterring aggression, and keeping options open. And in today's world, where threats can come from anywhere, on the ground or online, that flexibility is more important than ever. So next time you hear about NATO's Article 4 being invoked, you'll know it's not just talk. It's a powerful tool for peace, and a reminder that in this alliance, nobody stands alone.